Near the Bulgarian town Bqla, the river Yantra turns towards the awaiting Danube. The bridge of Bqla Fhd, also known as Bqla Fhd, measures for over 150 years the skill of the self-taught craftsman. The clock tower in Bqla rings for 116 years when the settlement was declared as a town. In the museum, which hosts the memory for the Russian-Turkish Liberation War in 1877, is stored a humble grave in which lie the immortal souls of Nailova and Baroness Yulia Vrevskaya, the merciful sister on the fields of the Bloody War. The name and the personality of Vrevskaya, which was immortalized by the great Russian writer Ivan Turgenev, are familiar to the world. On the place of the temporary military headquarters of Emperor Alexander II remains the long-lasting gratefulness for the Russian army which liberated Bulgaria hundreds of years ago. The citizens of the quarter railway station Bqla, located 6 kilometers away from the heart of the town, completely share the memory, traditions and culture of their region. There, one small primary school fights for survival but fights with the goodwill and effort. Proof for this is the arrival of a big group of foreign guests within the international program Erasmus+, which visits and in some terms devotes to this school, in the spirit of the ideals of the famous humanist Desiderius Erasmus Rotterdamus. For the second time, in the Nikolov Aptsarov School in the railway station Bqla quarter are executing a project which is approved by the Center for Development of the Human Resources in Sofia. This time the topic is Past Generations, New Innovations. What is the 1st of March without the traditional for Bulgaria Martenici? The importance of this tradition was clear for the partners from Ireland, Norway, Spain, Italy and the Czech Republic. And the hosts? The expectations towards them are big, and they are trying hard to justify them, because
Първо, децата се раздвижват и ние най-вече правим това нещо за тях.
On the first place, that's something new for the children, and we're mainly doing this for them, because the school where I work is a school with minorities, and I think this is a chance for them to get motivated and to put more effort in school. That's our main task. Our participation is connected with the traveling of the children. We want them to see that the world is big and that they have to be prepared for it. Today, they try to communicate in English, whether with facial expressions or gestures. I think that's something that can motivate them and to tell them that the foreign language is a gateway to the world. This can help them a lot to find friends and to have a brighter future. 40 foreign people, young and grown, from similar schools in the towns of Julianstown, Ireland, Moss in Norway, A Coruña in Spain, Lastro Asigna in Italy, and Kladno in the Czech Republic are participating in the execution of the project. In the work mood of the program, the Open English lesson is not just a demonstration, but also an instrument for basic communication. The Bulgarian children, which are from different ethnic groups, are learning English in order to communicate with the world.
There are many benefits, I think. The children will learn about local history and other countries' history. We, in school, we have to look at our own learning and students, and we have to learn from other countries. I think it's very important.
There's definitely benefits for the teachers and the students and the whole school community, because you're learning about other customs and other traditions, and in Ireland there's a lot of people in our school from other countries already, so encouraging that international aspect is really important.
From the present times, we're taking a peek towards the roots and traditions of the people from the Bqla region. It turns out that the Bulgarian proverb "Oko da vidi, raka da pipne," or said in English, "Let eyes see and hands touch," doesn't count only for Bulgarians. The foreign guests, dressed in colorful traditional Bulgarian clothes, were looking themselves, measuring by eye and by hand the knits and patterns. They aren't feeling like guests from far away anymore, but as part of this hospitable region. The project gains life and is starting to be much more notable than the usual tourist attractions. In just a few hours, the primary school in railway station Bell seems to look more like a university for learning the Bulgarian alphabet. Kind but also authoritative lecturers, the students of the school, are introducing the principals and teachers from the wild world to the Bulgarian letters. How useful is the execution of such project?
I say hi.
Hi, здравей, здравей, здравей.
Здравей. Здравей.
Yes.
And good morning.
Добро утро.
Добро утро.
Yes.
Okay, well I try
you go.
good afternoon.
Добър ден.
Добър ден.
Yes.
Добър ден.
Bye.
Довиждане.
Довиждане.
Yes.
Довиждане.
Yes.
And see you soon.
До скоро.
To Skoro.
Yes.
Skoro.
Yes.
You're a good teacher.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, I think it's interesting for us, like teachers, because we know other teachers and other cultures, and for our students is to open their minds. I think it's interesting for this.
The benefits for the language, because children can know better normally other languages, and they can open their mind. And it's important, especially for children who live in small areas where they cannot have so many contacts with foreign people. They can open their minds and they can be, I think, better adults, positive in the future.
I think most benefits comes for our students, because they have a chance to travel to another country and learn about their culture, learn about their language as well. So it's for them. We want to encourage them to travel and to new cultures.
A very needed component for opening the hearts of the guests for mutuality is getting them familiar with the traditions, folklore and crafts of Bulgaria. And the results were almost instant. Although the differences, affection occurs. But what about the globalization?
I think it's important for everybody to learn their own culture and their own history, but also it's very important to learn about the whole world. And this project is very important for us.
I think when you learn about other cultures, it makes you more proud of your own culture, and you want to teach people about your culture while learning about others.
We are working with our students to show our culture, and that our culture is going to influence in the globalization too, because we are citizens of the world, but we are making in this case arts and crafts representing our own culture and to show to the rest of countries. And I think this project is very interesting for this matter.
There are so many things in the culture we can share together, so I think we have to learn together from each other, the nation from the other nation.
One of the tasks of school is helping children to be citizens of the world. So I think that the school can help children to know their own national values. And when you work in a project like this one we have, we compare our cultures, and through comparing cultures we can know better our own culture.
The week, which was dedicated to the execution of the project, in which participated representatives from 6 countries, Ireland, Norway, Spain, Italy, the Czech Republic and Bulgaria, with the cooperation of the Center for Development of the Human Resources in Sofia, adds color to the pre-spring mood in the town of Bqla. It leaves a long-lasting memory in everyone from the primary school in railway station Bqla quarter and their 40 guests from the world.
Този наистина е нещо по-различно.
This project is really something different, and I've always tried to find new partners with new ideas. I think the connection between the generations will be very strong, which I think was very clearly shown both in the dances and in the Sedyanka. And this is precisely the message of the project, that the old generations and the traditions should not be forgotten and should be passed on to the present generations.
Да продължи, да се предаде и да пребъде.
In the time and the places of the wide, peaceful world, the participants left a message for 20 years after today, a capsule of time, stored in the very significant for the town place, the Liberation War Historic Museum. The representatives of 6 countries are making a call towards the generations after 20 years to protect and maintain the traditions. In the capsule, everyone left an up-to-date objects and documents. They promised each other to meet again at this place after 2 decades. The hospitable program of the hosts gave them additional opportunities for training experiences in Bulgaria. Participation in the celebrations dedicated to the 3rd of March, the National Day of Bulgaria in Bqla, visits to the cities of Russe and Veliko Tърново. Beautiful, thrilling, memorable. The wide world is getting closer to the people in Bqla. Everyone sharing the idea for humanism of one of its greatest carriers, Erasmus Rotterdamus.